Morning. This is early morning on the 21st of July. I've been putzing around with the best way to do this, but I think Scotty's got me talked into this. We're doing album number 9, which is a Test-Dyess to Guam, 1975 and 1976. And, well, let's get right to it. We're at Test-Dyess first. And here we got Mary Walker. She lived on Virginia. She was Dave Walker's wife. I love Dave Walker. I don't have any pictures of him. He loved Marantz, high-tech uh, stereo system, so he's a lover of music like me. They lived on Virginia, which was just down the street from us. We were on Indiana, hit Virginia and go right about 3 or 4 houses, and they were down there. And Jim and Romaine, they were out on the main drag. Oh, I should go to them next. Yes, there they are, Jim and Romaine. Not a very good picture. I really liked both of them. Romaine was just a beautiful woman. Uh, and, I got to know her, and she was blind. I didn't know that, or could barely see anyway. Anyway, they were an interesting couple. I liked them a bunch. Oh, here were my favorite friends, Megan and Alan Perry. He bought a house in Abilene, $10,250, 3 bedroom, 1 bath, fenced yard with apple trees and fruit trees. I don't remember what exactly they were. Uh, Here I am. Yeah, I was nuts. Go to his place and just get wrecked, and not very often, but I did. And there is Kathy taking care of me when I got wrecked. And here we are. I think we're just across the street at the Grahams. Peggy Graham is sitting just to my left there. And I don't know who that other lady is with the 2 kids. One of them's got some frosting on their nose there. And then, of course, there's Ham himself. Uh, we didn't call him Graham, we called him Ham or Spam. Anyway, he let me use his drills once, and I had my drill on in reverse and drilled all my holes in reverse. So I just heated up all his bits and ruined them. Yeah, it's funny the things you remember. But I did that. Yes, I did. And we lived on Indiana Avenue. And on Indiana Avenue, we had Sullivan's. Well, they didn't live on Indiana, but Sully, the guy on the left there, the girl with the red pants, he he was in a couple places with me. I don't remember the other, but he was in Dyess. He became a cop, or he was a cop there. There I am sitting above him, and the Costellos are there, and and then the Whackers. The Whackers just lived across the street from us, and they had a basset hound named Rosie, and they were lots of fun. He was a good golfer. Uh, this is uh, Larry Whack. Oh no, Brenda was taking the picture, and Kathy was in the picture now. None of these are looking very good. Well, this one looks a little better. It was Larry Wacker's birthday. He was a big baseball player, and he turned that into golf and was really good at that. But in this case, he wasn't good at anything but knee walking. It was his birthday. And across the street were Ned and Ruby, really nice to us. She would let us borrow her vacuum cleaner. Look at that picture behind them, too. Kathy drew that wall. She is very artistic. A little chevron up there, 2-color chevron. I wasn't ready for any of that, but she was in the nesting, getting ready for our own Eric Eden. And look at I got her a ostrich egg just to the left of Ned's ear there, uh, from Bamako, Mali. I don't know, maybe I even got that out in Timbuktu. Anyway, we would borrow her vacuum cleaner, and Kathy used it all the time. And so of her, I bought her one just like it, and then I had Ruby take it over there, and uh, she gave it to Kathy to use, but it was the one I'd bought. And when Kathy brought it back and she's working, and I said, "So you like that vacuum cleaner?" She says, "No." I would rather have blended it. Well, I said, too late. We already got that one for you. There I am, the darn, I am the, let's see, what do I say? I'm the king of my castle. And I'd say Kathy was in her palace there. Can barely see her, but we had a nice little home there. We liked it a bunch. Okay, and then baby shower. Kathy's baby shower. Yeah, man, this was a whole big thing. Started out with me wrestling Dennis Gill. Dennis Gill, this is the better end of Dennis Gill. I remember we got in, we'd always wrestle. And he was a strong guy, but I was a great athlete back then, really strong, and almost broke his leg once. I feel bad about that even yet. Anyway, there's Mary and Peggy, probably Kathy's closest friends, and they put it on. I think that was over at Peggy's house, and they decked it all out, big old cake. There they are, letting her have the first drink, big PG Kathy. And yeah, a lot of ladies showed up. It was nice. And they all brought gifts, and she was happy. Mary Navin, I don't know why she was special. I don't remember all that well, but Kathy does. And there she is right there. And Kathy, oh, hey, no, dog. No, do not do that. No, not while I'm doing this, please. Thank you, Maggie. And this is just a lot more of that baby shower. It was fun. Oh, that girl with the heart, with the black heart, that's Ninotchka, Nina. And she was special to us because she met Bruce Eddy, who was a friend of ours already, and Bruce fell in love with her fiance. They ended up going to, I think we got another picture of her. There's Kathy with all her friends. We did some right on the top of your head type thing. Oh, that girl right there is Sharon Mesner. I guess she didn't stay married to Terry. Terry? Terry. I think it was Terry Mesner, her husband. Anyway, she and Kathy toured Europe together out of Dyess. That was fun. We were over in Germany, and they flew over, and then they took off and went south and through Switzerland and all around Italy. And yeah, they had a great time. Uh, there's Nina with the black heart doing the drawing on her head. And it was a big deal. She was a big deal. Those pictures on the right look a lot bigger on now than they did there. No, I guess they're the same. Anyway, clearer pictures. Uh, she, Bruce Eddy drove with Kathy to Florida from Dyess, and that was a big adventure. So I trusted him and liked him, and then he met her, and I was going to be the best man, and Kathy was made of honor in their wedding over in India. But when we got to Guam and Typhoon Pamela hit, and we had a 3-month-old. Yeah, we weren't going to make it. It was 2 months old, really. January, it was like March, April, maybe was the wedding. And yeah, we had to cancel, which is, I hate the things that I canceled in my life. And that's one of the things I hated canceling. But Kathy was happy as can be with all the attention. And really, that's when she started ordering me around. And I was happy to do it all for her, but I'm so happy at her. She's just continued on. She orders me all the time. We were very happy on January 27th, 76, our lucky day. Eric was born. Hooray! And Kathy was wiped out. She had like, I don't know, 12 plus hours of labor, and they finally had to take a cesarean section, so she was wiped out. I was up all night with her, but then I went out and started flying, and then they came back and they called me and said she's having problems. He looks like Frank to me, I think. When he was a baby, he came out just looking like Frank. There I am holding him. I was a very proud papa. And Kathy was just relieved that it was done and had a lot of pride in having had a baby. And she was so beautiful. And here we go. We got, I don't know whether Scotty was planning to put something in those green slides in between, but I'm doing this now. Maybe I'll redo it. I don't know. Anyway, she's, it feels good, but don't look. And she did. She liked breastfeeding. Uh, and of course, Eric liked it a bunch. That's why all us men like breasts. But Whiskers, I'm kissing him and he's going, "What's that?" Whiskers, proud father carrying him. There he is. He was happy with that. Fell asleep after suckling. And there I am with my whiskers on him. And there I am, proud papa. And like father, like son, we fall asleep together. There I got my friend now. Can you imagine? Here he is with a cigar. We never even thought about secondhand smoke back then. And I'm at 18 minutes already, and I'm barely through this thing. The joys of fatherhood, of parenthood. Changing diapers and sleeping with them and feeding them, and with Eric feeding them again. We used to feed him rice cereal with a little bit of apple juice in it, and it would get him to sleep through the night. And before we left Dyess, we went. I see, you'd think I'd taken a selfie here, but I think I'm holding a mirror up for him. I'm not certain what the heck I'm doing there. He's 3 months old. I didn't know what I was doing as a papa. Anyway, we stayed with the Sanchez's. That's Eric after he's eaten. This was Miss Sanchez. I don't know. She wasn't happy. Maybe me taking a picture of her. I don't know. And there's the flat Texas plains with mesquite trees and a symbol of Texas right there on the right. Well, we're heading northwest up to see my parents, my proud father, grandpa, and Peekaboo from old Eric. They had a dog named Gunther, which was my brother David's dog, and cool dog, really liked him. And I guess Grace was starting to feel, this is 76. I don't think she was diagnosed till 77. I do think that the lawsuit having to do with our boundary line triggered that Parkinson's. I don't know whether that's right, but that's what I believe. And there's her mother, Helen, with Eric, great grandma. And there she is asleep with Eric. And there I am trying to be funny going into the outhouse saying, I need help. Anyway, here we are on top of the mountain behind Summer Inc. It's a great view up there. Wanted to put a house up there. And that's the other direction of the view. Kathy got her hands on her hips, or like Lizzie would do. Of course, I thought that Eric loved this. I might have been scaring the heck out of him, but I don't know. And there's my mother with him, feeding him apple juice. And my mother again with a flash, caught in the window. And my father, he was happy. They set themselves up really nicely, I think, for being with grandchildren. There's Eric doing his turtle routine, and he's pretty happy guy. Choo choo, sleeping. Looks as if like his hair is darker there. I don't know. That might not even been him. I don't know. And oh, he was so fun here. We were so in love with him. These whole parental instincts were something I was not aware of until I was aware of them. And they just changed from total reproductive instincts and loving Kathy to nurture and protect this young guy. I mean, it wasn't like I didn't have the reproductive instincts anymore, but this was the most dominant thing in my life, just taking care of him. That's down on Taragi Beach. That's why we're saying Guam here. And me standing in front of the mirror with him. Oh, there's Brenda Wacker. That I think that photo got stretched a little, but I don't know. She is the lady from across the street. She was lots of fun. She'd wear strapped stockings up to her knees and high heels and talk fast. She could have been a sitcom character. She was so fun. There, Eric and I. And there he is on Guam. That's Manfred, our dog. We had him at Test-Dyess, and we had a Porsche 914. We even had it shipped out to Guam. Sold it for more than I bought it for. It was a great car, but it was rusting out there on Guam, and I just couldn't take it. So we sold it and bought a truck and a Mazda 808. There's Manfred. There's a Porsche. Yeah, it had a bad paint job on it too. Somebody just knuckleheaded up. Manfred. I don't know why he put Manfred there. Anyway, that's us sitting on her couch, looking at something or doing something together. And there's our dog Manfred. And there she is. I wish that should have been sharper image. She is beautiful, and that's beautiful hair. I don't know why that looks so. Frank came to visit. Yeah, this is our garden right behind our house. And there's Camp Barkley, where he was stationed there when he married Catherine Elizabeth. So they were married in Abilene, and we were married in Abilene. And they honeymooned on the third floor of the Abilene Towers. And I rented the penthouse and loaded it full of flowers. I don't have any pics of that to prove it, but yeah, we did that. And I don't even know who these people are. One, Alan on the left and Kathy on the right, but those other folks, I don't even know who they were. But that's it, all 109. It took me 25 minutes. Hope you liked this.